Hey everybody, it's Jenny with On the Epic Journey, and I'm back. Our 30-day decluttering challenge has come to a close. 465 items later. Did you do it? And if you did do it, what did you learn? Stay tuned to hear about my lessons learned. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to keep all of the items that I was sharing with you on my Instagram stories just because it was too complicated keeping either the items that I was putting in the trash or donating. But I will show you a picture of the items from my car for just 1 week. It was so much stuff. I couldn't even believe how much each day just working a little bit really just added up. So I don't know about you, but after this challenge, I really am feeling pulled just to do more. I felt like in the beginning, I almost felt like I needed more momentum because I was only doing a few items each day. I felt like I just wanted to get going and going and going. And so for me, it was sort of frustrating to not be just in the groove of getting rid of things. But the idea with this challenge was to make it easy and simple and something that doesn't take a ton of time. So for that, it was really good. But once we got into the later days, I felt like, okay, yeah, I can really get going with something. But in the beginning, I didn't really feel like I didn't really feel like I had gotten enough accomplished, which is the feeling that I was really going for. I'm definitely feeling after this challenge that I'm feeling pulled to do more. I am not being pulled to be a minimalist. If we just want to talk about minimalism for just a moment, I can't just, with 3 children, a spouse, myself, I know that I am personally not a minimalist, but I know that we have too much, which is why I started this to begin with. And I know minimalism has become a huge buzzword with the Marie Kondo book, then the subsequent Netflix series. I know that it is a huge, huge topic. It is just not something that I'm willing to do, but I would love to hear if it's something that you are trying to adopt and striving to attain. In the end, my goal is really just being content in my own home, feeling like I can have anyone over at any time and not feel embarrassed that my house is an absolute wreck. I'd like to just feel peaceful in my home. I'd like my kids to feel peaceful and not feel like they are constantly walking around junk and cleaning up things that we don't even really play with. So without further ado, here are my lessons learned. So the first lesson learned is just that I simply need to do more. I know more decluttering is in my future. This simply wasn't enough for me. Having the prescribed number of items on each day felt a little bit restrictive to me, and I know that this was my challenge and that I decided that this was good. And for the people who are watching me, I think this is a great way to start. For me, it felt a little bit restrictive, and I know that more is coming for me. Another thing I learned is that better systems are needed. I need a better process for everything in my life. You know, we moved into our house about a year ago during the pandemic, and I never really set forth enough processes. I have plenty of storage materials. I have bins and cubbies and boxes and shelving units and drawer organizers, but we're not using them effectively. And so I really just need to work on better systems. I will say that just by doing a little bit that I have done, I am feeling motivated. I'm feeling motivated that with less stuff, it's going to make everything seem better. It was hard, but it also wasn't. The challenge definitely kept my attention, and like I said, on the higher days, on the higher numbered days, I felt more motivated. But it was also like, sometimes I felt like I was just trying to make it quick and easy, and sometimes I just wanted to dive in and do more. I will say that on the days that I just stuck to one area, it felt the most gratifying to see the progress that I had made. Getting rid of these items just made me feel better, lighter, and more accomplished. And the thing is that I know my items weren't serving me. What good is something cooped up in my dining room buffet if I'm not ever using it? And I have never used it. Knowing that my items are better serving someone else really does make me happy. And also knowing that I'm not keeping things that are broken, that I'm never gonna fix, that are garbage. Those also make me feel a lot better. I've also learned that just too much stuff overwhelms me. I get in a bad mood. It's chaotic for my brain. It's too much to handle. Having less in my way makes me feel lighter and better. I really also need to involve my family more. We're all living in this house, and it's not just me that's making the mess or hoarding things, so we all need to work together. Sometimes I just feel like I need to get these things done on my own and it's easier, but my older children are at an age where they really can help, and with some work, they really have stepped up to the plate and done a better job of putting things back. Now it takes time, it takes effort, but these are the formative years, and this is the time that I can do this. Truly is a disservice to my children not to involve them in this process. I've always been a firm believer in giving children chores, even if it's something small, to kind of let them understand how things work. Setting the table, even as young as 3, you can help put the napkins on the table when you're setting it, or lay out the silverware. It might not be done perfectly, but it is showing them how to contribute. And I never really felt like I needed to involve them in kind of these organization and more chores, but it really has shown me that I am not serving them well by not showing them how to put their things back where they belong, how these processes work. We're sort of back at square one in the beginning of this. Since we moved here, I feel like we kind of got away from all of these things, and we were really in a good routine in our last home. But it's not pretty, and it's not easy, and it takes more work. But just like saying no to children is a lot harder than saying yes, this is the same type of thing. This will pay back tenfold. I've also learned that I'm a work in progress, and this is what my journey is all about, my epic journey to just be a better version of myself.